I try my best not to manspread. I mean, the only reason my legs are open is because there's a bag between it, but otherwise, I'm like, sit regularly. It's really annoying when people manspread. I've been the victim of manspreading.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Hey, welcome to the men's room, where awareness and utility is the focus. We've got a reply video on several aspects of manspreading and its effect on everyone. So without further ado, let's get it started.
Question. We're trying to figure out what the right amount of space for a person to take up on the train is. Are you familiar with the term manspreading? Manspreading?
No, I'm not.
Of course not. I'm not familiar with any terms that were materialized 11 months ago.
I try my best not to manspread. I mean, the only reason my legs are open is because there's a bag between it, but otherwise, I'm like, sit regularly. It's really annoying when people manspread. I've been the victim of manspreading.
Everyone's a victim nowadays. It's unbelievable.
Are you familiar with the term manspreading?
Manspreading? Never heard of it before in my life.
I think that's probably because we made it up.
Manspreading?
Yes, exactly. You materialized this word so recently.
Manspreading. Okay, so it's this phenomenon we've noticed when men tend to sit with their legs much wider than women do, and a lot of the time it takes up a whole lot of space.
Okay.
And you're not taking up a ton of space, but you're taking up a little bit of space.
That finger pointing that she just did to this gentleman is so pretentious.
Have you noticed?
No, I didn't.
What do you think it is?
I don't know. It's not.
You feel so bad for this guy. He's probably worked a 10 or 12-hour shift, and now he has to be confronted by this arrogant interviewer who asked him questions about an alleged manspreading moment.
Oh, but not sexual.
Manspreading. I'm guessing that's the leg as I'm doing like this.
That was a perfect definition.
Yes.
What, have you heard the term manspreading?
Plead the fifth to these questions. You don't ever have to answer any question that you don't want to.
No, but is that why you asked me? Was I doing it?
It could be construed as a manspread.
Well, it's not too crowded. If it was like super crowded, I would probably constrict.
I see that two other people are sitting beside me comfortably, so I think that's the standard.
She's a little smushed in. She might be slightly smushed.
That should tell us everything that we need to know about this interviewer and this whole entire video, how she's embarrassed enough that she removes herself from the situation.
Okay.
What is an acceptable distance? What is the amount of spreading you can justifiably get away with, in your opinion?
In inches?
Yes.
Uh,
oh, wait, we have a measuring tape, so.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, bring a measuring tape for this episode.
Do you feel like you take up more space than you need, or are you?
Right now, I'm absolutely exhausted, so this is probably the worst time to ask me.
Thank you. My point exactly previously about how she continues to ask this man who had worked 12 hours, and now this man finally stands up and says something about it.
Being an asshole, but I actually usually don't even sit down.
This would be the acceptable amount, I think.
So what is that? Can you measure it? So that's
This is an inch.
yeah, just do maybe you're from inner knee to inner knee. It's 11.
Okay.
What is so the right distance between your legs is?
6.5 inches.
6.5 inches.
6 inches, yeah.
Would you mind measuring the correct
God, just leave this dude alone. Let him go home and relax.
distance? So that's 11. 7 inches?
I'm a big guy too, don't worry. I'm 6'2".
It's, let's see, from 18 inches from outside to outside.
Moving on to another video about manspreading. Here it goes.
This is Nick, and this is me, Liz. Today we are going to take up a lot of space on the subway. In the United States, use of public transportation is growing significantly faster than use of highways. And with more crowded subway cars come new social issues. The latest is a phenomenon dubbed manspreading. Here in New York, the Transit Authority has actually responded.
I'm sure some of these photos taken weren't hired actors of sorts or someone that was actually in on this whole entire alleged manspreading issue.
Plans to launch an awareness campaign in the coming months. But how do people in real life actually respond to manspreading? And would they act differently if it were a woman instead of a man? On the subway, Nick has little issue pushing his way to an open seat and assuming position. Stop after stop, no one pays any attention to him. I managed to get away with my own version of manspreading too.
She doesn't know that no one paid any attention to him. Like, just because people slightly mind their own business doesn't mean that this gentleman wasn't noticed.
But not without feeling like people were glaring at me.
Yes, you felt as if people were glaring at you.
My posture alone seems to be a spectacle, one that some
Seems to be a spectacle.
subway riders immediately notice and feel compelled to record with their phones, to post online or share with their friends.
Once again, you don't know if they posted it online or shared with your friend or shared with their friends.
Nick's legs spread wider and wider. As this train fills up, a group of four is forced to stand right up against Nick as he takes up 3 seats. No one appears to even notice. The behavior may have come very naturally to Nick, but for me, well, not so much.
I'm always cross-legged when I'm in the subway. I always have like my bag on me. Even if there's no one standing, I feel like awful.
I'm kind of rude on the subway to begin with, so it wasn't like that big of a change.
Did it feel good?
It felt really empowering.
It felt empowering?
Yeah.
So you felt better after doing it?
I don't know. I don't want to.
Boy, that was a loaded question. You felt better after doing it.
I don't know if I want to go that far.
How could taking up all of that unnecessary space make Nick feel empowered? Research shows that people who take expansive body postures feel more confident and successful. But scientists at MIT also found expansive postures make subjects feel more entitled, prompting increased cheating and stealing behavior. So it's possible that manspreading breeds bigger problems than just uncomfortable subway rides. Thankfully, not everyone let Nick get away with his wide-legged dominance.
Wide-legged dominance has nothing to do with if there's a bag and a chair, which someone could obviously use that chair.
Yeah, you can move it. What? You can move it if you want.
It's not my bag.
Huh?
It's not my bag.
Although manspreading may feel liberating, collectively standing up to it empowers us all. It's actually not that hard. It turns out that being just a little bit aware of what is going on around you can take an immediate issue and turn it into an opportunity for progress. Even if that issue is just an arrogant bro spreading his manhood across 3 seats.
Yes, an arrogant bro. Just ask him to move. It's not that difficult. We got one more video here for you on manspreading. The fact that it's next to a no littering sign is also ridiculous. I've seen plenty of men who sit like that who, once asked if they can move, quickly comply and move to allow other people to have a seat. So the entire, with no regard for other person's space, is nonsense. I don't even have the words for some of those tweets. But we're going to leave it here for today's video. Thank you for your time in the men's room as always. Until next time, stay aware, stay sharp.